What's going on, Combat Sports Nation? I'm here with amateur bantamweight out of Team Thunder and KO artist Mike Kimbel, who faces Steve Pinard October 7th at Ammo Fight League. Mike, congrats on the matchup.
Thank you.
How are you, and what's your day-to-day looking right now at this point in your camp?
I am, it sounds cliche, but I'm great. I'm in the best shape of my life, literally. I'm walking around at 148 pounds, 46. I wake up at 45, I go to sleep at 48, but I'm ripped. My personal performance is better than it's ever been, rep-wise, cardio-wise, strength-wise, endurance-wise. So it's looking real good, and you guys know the skills there, so it's looking good. I'm feeling good.
Now, how is this affecting you, having now 3 extra pounds than what you've ever weighed? I think 142 was your biggest catch weight, I think,
yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir. Well, to be honest, I don't walk around more than 145. I'm always fighting. So I'm always, there's got to be that weight. So even if I'm on a full belly, I never got over 145, but having a fight scheduled at 45, now I have the opportunity I'm eating clean, but eat more. Like, I don't have to worry about, okay, not that much, blah, blah. It is what it is. So I'm walking around 148 full belly, waking up at 145. So I'm still not off of my weight that I'm normally at, fighting at 35. I don't really cut. I don't really like cutting. It's not really healthy for me. I'm young. I'm 20. So it's feeling good. My strength, like I said, I'm surprising myself. Everything is going good. It feels great to have about a 45.
You recently released the Go Live, and your opponent had a lot to say. He covered the backstory more than what we already know. So let me get your backstory regarding the Instagram, regarding what was said, regarding Savages. What's your take on how it began? Let's start there. How did this begin?
All right. So to be honest, my opponent, my teammate Robbie, he fought Steve at his last event at Ammo 2, and it was a great fight. I was, I'm a fan of martial arts, period. So watching a fight like that, I was excited, not only because it was my teammate, but watching how the fight played out. It was a great fight. And afterwards, as I'm walking back into the back room, I hear him on the speakerphone, on the mic, I think with you or whatever. And he was saying things like, I'm the most devastating striker in the area. No one can stand with me. I'll put everyone out. I'll wipe out the whole division. Blah blah blah. Conor McGregor. Like, he took his blueprint. Like, it was to the T. And I'm just listening. I stopped real quick. I'm like, hold on, coach. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, for a guy with 3 fights, you're talking a big game. So right then and there, I was kind of like, you know what? It got me a little heated. Just to hear, because to be confident is one thing, but to be talking like that, those are big shoes to fill. And it's like, here this guy is who just be my teammate. And let's get one thing straight. I never disrespected my teammate. He said his teammate doesn't train that much. That's bullshit. I never said that. What I did say was, you're bragging about beaten by the skin on your teeth. If you watch that fight, you've seen Robbie, the cage gave that dude the advantage or whatever. It was great. Robbie's got arms like this, no offense to Robbie, but he's got arms like this. And he's cracking Steve. He's touching him, back and forth. But Robbie's been training for less than a year. Right. Less than a year. He really should be a 35er, but like you said, coming with the sport, that takes preparation to find your right weight class. But he's been training less than a year, and it was a great fight. So, for you to be talking like that after you're going, great fight, and you, out of his own words, were the hardest fight of my life, thank you. To, a guy who's been training less than a year, Robbie puts in work. I never said he doesn't train. He trains hard. We all train hard.
Yeah.
So that's not what I said, but he said that, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah. And then I never had intention on fighting him. I'm just thinking, like, I hope I catch him at a smoker or something.
Right.
I'll put him out.
Right.
But so I'm scrolling through Instagram one day. Instagram is my favorite social media. So I'm going through Instagram, and I see on the Explore page a picture of him, and then it says it's the mother effing Savage. And I had no intention on fighting. I just want to make it clear, Yeah. I'm the Savage. He claims that that's his name, but everybody knows I'm the Savage. You hear Mike Kimbel, MK, that's the Savage from the 3. So I'm just all I put was, I'm the savage. And he said something like, you need to get your buck. He said something. So I'm like, you know what? I took a moment to think about it. I'm like, you know what? Now we're going to fight. He was talking that, now we're going to fight. And I knew, it's a bit out of my character to come out of my element, trash talking, things like that, especially on the internet. Because, if it was up to me, I'd go to his gym or his house or something, and we could go see each other. But so it was on Instagram, and I knew, that if Mike Kimbel got brought to his coach's table, his coaches are going to turn on the fight. So I said, let me get him to verbally commit before they even bring it to the coach. And it was smart of it. And that's what got me aggravated. He said, work on your jiu-jitsu. Now, the funny thing about that is, we recently had a grappling tournament at AMO, right?
Yes.
We had a grappling tournament at AMO. And it's funny because in regards to what he said, I felt stronger in the clinch. We weren't trying to show each other anything. Yeah, we weren't too rowdy. We didn't go too into it. It was a lot of the clinch game, but I was holding that clinch down. I got the full footage on the iPad. I wish I brought it. And he said, he got a takedown. I wasn't expecting it, blah, blah, blah. He's lying. He was expecting it. You want to know how I got that takedown? He shot. I stuffed it. And then I shot. Not only did I get him with the double leg, I put him over my shoulder and then put him on his face.
Right.
Okay? So he talked about strength, you feel stronger. He said word for word, you could ask my coach, you could ask anybody, they were right there. Man, you're way stronger than I thought, dude, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? Like, who says that to somebody that's fighting? So, I'm like, he claims he's a savage, but there's nothing savage about him. He wants to be a savage. He puts that persona on to get in the cage. What you get right now is what you see in the cage. There's no acting, there's no persona. I'm Mike Kimbel, the savage. Like, there's no acting, when I step in that cage, I put this on. No, I'm stepping in the cage exactly how I am out the cage.
And that's what he had said, is that he's not outside of the cage. He doesn't go out and be the savage, but there's a switch that gets turned on when he enters the cage. And he had said that when I asked him what did savage mean to him. I'll ask you the same question. What does savage mean to you to carry that name?
To be completely honest, the name was given to me. I get called it, by friends, family, my people in the area, my coach. So the name, it kind of just stuck. Like, what's up, savage, blah, blah, blah. So the savage. And on top of that, what it means, what I take from it, what I hold to it is, it's savage. The definition is like untamed, ruthless, force of nature or something. And, that's the best way to describe me because, sometimes I'm aggressive. Sometimes I'm always extremely humble, no matter what. I'm humble. I'm appreciative. I love the sport of martial arts. I love life. I love my family. I love all my people. But, a savage is a savage. You see lions and gorillas, they're family friendly. They're good with their people. But when it's time, and there's no holding bars. There's no none of that.
He had made a stab at, and everybody cross trains. Most people.
Oh, I can't wait to get into this topic. Let's go.
Most people cross train, and it just makes sense because you just need that different type of variety. There's some even high-level caliber fighters who decide not to go and cross-train. Maybe they might bring people in, but they have that level of comfort to where they feel as if they don't need to. So he had made the remark that you going to cross-train at this gym and that gym is a reflection of maybe you not having faith in Team Thunder. What is your response to that, with me understanding cross-training sometimes is something you just have to do?
Well, to answer that question, in regards to his comment, Steve, you're a cool dude and all, but you should have kept your mouth shut with that one because now I'm going to break your face, But what cross-training means to me, I've been in this sport so long. I've been training in mixed martial arts, not one style, mixed martial arts. Because there was no kids class since I was 12 years old, so... And then I was training over at PSCCC. I switched over to Team Thunder when I was 15. I've been with them ever since. Me and Jesse are great friends. Besides the sport aspect, we are best friends. That is my brother. So, we get working together. And he says all over these gyms, let's get one thing clear. I cross-train at FAA from time to time. I work with Jesse a lot. Jesse will come here, I'll go over there. And one of my brothers, Tom Egan, is up in Boston. So my boy's up there in Trifecta. I go up there for a week and a half every training camp, So it's not like I'm all over these gyms looking for that right formula. The formula's here. The formula's in my gym. But the reason I cross train so much now is I've been with my teammates so long. They know what I'm gonna do. I know what they're gonna do.
Right.
It's just we got that chemistry. So it's like it's not like I'm going to these other gyms and strictly learning the art itself because that's what my head coach is for. That's why I am who I am. But I'm doing the sparring rounds. I'm doing the grappling rounds. I'm at FAA. They got some of the best people on the New England scene. And I won't talk about what goes on in the gym, but we get working. Yeah. And I'm working with these dudes. We're sparring hard. The fight is easy come time fight because the work I put in the gym. So and another thing to touch on that topic is I won't speak on anybody specific. I'm getting a little aggravated here. That's boiled my blood. How dare you disrespect my loyalty?
I hear you.
But I've gotten offers from every guy, everybody, big gyms, little gyms. Everybody hits me. Hey Mike, can you just fight under us? You'll fight for free, blah blah blah. I'm the guy. I'll take. And hey, I'll be glad to get some work. You can come to my gym, you can get some work, but no, thank you. So his favorite fighters, gyms are probably some of the guys that offer me. Like I said, I won't say any names, but so don't ever question my loyalty because Team Thunder is in my blood until I die. Right. They can say what they want about my gym. I fight under Team Thunder. Win, lose, draw, I'm fighting under Team Thunder. This is my gym, and everyone knows that. So it's a little childish for him to say that. He kind of, once again, he tried to go the little kind of route. I'm loyal to my gym. I'll never get the fuck out of here. There's gonna come a point, because he's fairly new. He says he's been striking his whole life, blah blah blah, whatever. We'll see. But there's gonna come a point where he's gonna have to cross train too, because not for nothing, he's real motivated. He's real motivated. He obviously has love and a passion for the sport, and I respect that. I respect anybody who's walked into the cage. So there's gonna come a time where he's gonna feel like a dumbass for saying that because he's gonna be cross training. So like I said, I've been doing this I've been training since I was 12, competing in smokers, kickboxing, boxing since I was 13, 14, 15, 16. Waited for the day for MMA to come. As soon as I turned 18, I hopped on the first card in November, fought Justin Valentine, number 8 dude in New England at the time. So it's like I don't understand. His ego's going to be his loss, to be honest, in this fight. His ego's going to be his loss because his ego is so high. And he says, my Instagram is boastful, blah, blah, blah. But that's not you. Oh, I checked out your Instagram, blah, blah, blah. My Instagram is not boastful. I am humble and confident. I am not boastful. I say it like it is. I say it like I see it. I say it how I get it. Yep. So his ego is going to be his reason for defeat because he's not going to be able to make the adjustments that he's going to need to make to win this fight. Because of his ego. Afterwards, he will be humble, and he will come back better. He made a remark about Randy. I have fought Randy, and you guys asked that. And it's funny how you openly admit you and your coaches turned down that fight because it was a bad matchup. Yeah. If Randy, I whooped Randy's ass. And Randy is a tough, hats off to him, tough competitor at heart. But he didn't even know where he was in that fight. So the guy that you said is a bad matchup for you, and you claim, he didn't have the amount of striking I do, blah blah blah. So why didn't you take the fight? Why didn't you take the fight? You think you're gonna come out here and bully me? I know this isn't his division, blah blah blah. Listen, when I'm 145, you could ask around. It doesn't matter the weight. When I'm 100%, anybody can go down.
What do you see as needing to be your key to success? You're got 3 KO victories. He has some, he shows that he can strike. What is it gonna take for you to walk out of there with your 4th KO?
What's it gonna take? Honestly, the fight is over. He knows this fight is over. His ego's getting in the way. He's not gonna admit it. Who's gonna admit it? They're going into a fight. But this fight's already over. The work is being done. The work is finished. But I'm just going to stay sharp. The work is finished. The cardio's finished. At the time, it wasn't going to be a title fight. Now it is a title fight. But we could have go 5 or 12 rounds. And that's not exaggerating. The work is done. I just got to show up. I'll show up. It's funny to talk about putting on a jiu-jitsu clinic, but he lost the jiu-jitsu tournament. That was his game plan, was a jiu-jitsu clinic. And now he's going back to knocking me out. So he doesn't even know what he wants to do. The keys to victory is going to be, I'll be there. And I'm ready for it all. There's no game plan. I'm not going to say how the fight's going to go. This is going to happen, that's going to happen. I'll show up. I'll be ready for it all. And he'll get touched. You know, if he doesn't go out, he'll turn into a wrestler. And when he turns into a wrestler, I got something for that ass on the ground. And he knows it.
Now, you said that you don't have necessarily a prediction, but he said it will not go to decision. Do you at least agree with him to that extent?
Yeah, he's right about that. You know, he's right about that. But not in his favor. Not in his favor. But the difference is, here's the big difference. He can't make it out the second round. He won't have the gas to go third, fourth, fifth. I can go all night. I can cut him 100 times before I cut his head off if I really wanted to. But this fight will go however long it goes. I'm not going to say I'm going to knock him out in the first round, second round. If I'm being realistic, it'll probably be done first or second. But I'm not the kid Mike anymore. I'm not the teenage boy anymore. I'm calculated. I'm patient. I'm aggressive when I need to be. I'm defensive when I need to be. You know, I'm smart. I'm way smarter than him. I was coming in raw. I came in raw. I started harnessing it, putting the work in. I'm smart. I'm calculated. You know, my last fight was a big motivation. You know, I fought Justin Christie, and he was said to be a heavy puncher. He threw overhand. I looked at it, put my forehead into it, looked at him, and he knew, oh, man, I'm not putting this guy out. So he had to shoot. Yeah. But, you know, that fight was big motivation. You know, I got stopped early. I didn't tap. There were 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever. But no excuses. That type of stuff fuels me. That's the thing. He talks about 4-0, I'm undefeated, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's going to lose one day. Yeah. Everybody's going to lose. We're going to see how people come back when they lose. I'm not in the fight to win, to lose, to draw. I'm in the fight because this is what I love to do. This is what I'm blessed with. I'm gifted. And I'm going in there to fight. There's no game plan. There's no to fight. But I can promise, you know, that belt will be on my waist. And then I will grab another one. And then I will do whatever, go get another one. Until I'm the UFC champion. Put that down. UFC champ. You're looking at him.
Awesome. So, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out. I know you're going to head back to training.
Yes, sir.
If you want to get some shout-outs or pay some bills, you can go ahead and do that now.
Shout-outs. You know, shout-out to Bill, because he always puts on great promotions. Mm-hmm. I like what he does for the sport. He's not greedy. There's no favorites. He's genuine. Shout out to my head coach, Daniel Samaro. Shout out Ron Kazakowski, Jesse, my teammates over here at Thunder. FA, Nick Newell, all those guys over there. Shout out, Shout out Trifecta out there in Boston, Quincy. Shout out Tom Egan, big help. Shout out my corner man, Joe. And, you know, shout out the whole MMA community, you know, dickhead, nice guy, you know, everybody, because the people in the sport make the sport the sport. So, you know, shout out to everybody that's got love for this sport, because I'm in love with this sport, you know.
Awesome, my friend. Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations to your teammate for being able to get on a card. Sometimes in the area it could be a little tough, but congratulations getting on a card. And I look forward to seeing you October 7th, the Big E in the courtyard. Yourself against Stephen Pinard. It should be an exciting fight.
Oh yeah, definitely. No matter the outcome, this is a fight people want to see. If I wasn't participating in this fight, I would want to see this fight. You know, so it's gonna be fun. Shaun, thank you. You're the man. Always do your thing.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Follow us on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Visit us on Twitter. And stay tuned.